jack to go and fetch your bank. Tried acting up, staying born to a different kind of same. Went off to college, but college turned out me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to sing. You might get the best of him, but you'll never fool me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bank. Tried acting up, stay bored to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I say, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Whoa. But college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to sing. You might get the best of him, but you'll never fool me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bank. Tried acting up, staying born to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college turned out me. Get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Light that fuse and run. Whoa, light that fuse and run. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. Bang out the buzzword, teaching that blind man to sing. You might get the best of him, but you'll never fool me. Now, sweet talk to beanstalk, tell Jack to go and fetch your bank. Tried acting up, stay bored to a different kind of scene. Went off to college, but college done up me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa, I am my father's son. Tell Jack to go and fetch your bank. Try that and upstate boy to a different kind of sing. Went off to college, but college turned out me. Couldn't get my master's in truth and loyalty. I said, whoa, light that fuse and run. I said, whoa. Let that fuse and run. Whoa, let that fuse and run. Went off to college, but college done up me.
What is up, 24/7 Buff Pandemonium? It's Tuesday. It's 8 p.m. and that can only mean one thing, man. It's time for the K-Gun Report. I'm your host, Swank. We got a whole hell of a lot to talk about today. A little bit of news. Don't know if you guys have heard or not, but Ken Dorsey got fired after yesterday's performance in the Denver Broncos. We are going to go in depth with this game. I am 100% sure. We want your comments, we want your questions, we want your feedback. Also, we're going to preview the Jets game coming up. So, grab your beer. We all need it. Welcome to therapy. We're going to hit this intro and do her up right. Here we are, and here it is. Another beautiful Tuesday evening with your boys from 24/7 Buff Pandemonium. Right below me, I feel like we haven't seen each other in a minute. Is this true? Does it feel that way? Is that the reality? It just makes me feel so warm inside to say, ladies and gentlemen, you're agreed. Huh? Huh, guys?
Hey, Bill Sofia. Hey, Pandemonium. Thank you for joining me and Swank and Scott on this Tuesday. Another therapy session. Let's talk it through. And we're still not in bad shape in AFC East, and we've always said the best way to get to the playoffs is win your division. So keep your heads up, Bills fans. We still got a path to go, but let's get there.
There is room to be optimistic. I think you jumped right in with a cannonball with the positivity, and that's why we love you, Jerry. It's a good thing, man. Right over here next to me, my brother from another mother who was at that horrible game, but seems as though he's had a great time there. We're glad to have you back, Scooter Magooter. What's up?
Yeah, Swank, when you start this show, I kind of want to have an hourglass, like a sand glass behind me, and turn it so we could charge everybody by the hour for this therapy session.
Yo, if you guys could lay down on your couches, your slightly inclined couches, that would be awesome. Just kind of put your hands on your chest like this.
Yep. But a hell of an experience. Obviously, the Mafia knows how to party. We do a good job. The drive up wasn't that horrible. Drive back, a different story. Of course, it's 11:30 at night, and everybody's snickered since 1 o'clock in the afternoon. But it was a good experience for sure as far as fandom goes. And I had a lot of fun. and unfortunately it ended the way it did. It is what it is. We'll talk about it.
Oh, we will talk about it. Yo, how did Al have a good time?
Oh, she had a blast.
Awesome.
Yep, for sure. She was telling us it's the first time she's gone to Bills games before, but more of like a social thing and just to hang out. But she's watching the podcast all the time. She's getting her knowledge and her understanding of football, and she's watching the game with that intent to kind of get something out of it now, rather than just who won.
Dope.
Yep.
My wife screams at the TV, and it's very entertaining. In the comments, as always, we have you, our Fandemonium family. We're going to start right off with Paulette Brown saying, good evening, everyone. Hey, let's go Buffalo. Absolutely, Paulette. Thanks for joining us, as you always do, and we appreciate you. Keely, last night, ... today, ... wow, go Bills. Still all caps. I love it, Keely. Nice. Frank Mullen, crazy 24 hours for sure. You ain't just shitting, dude. It's been a crazy one. We got our resident content creator, Rob Mullen, saying it's bedlam. It's pandemonium. It's 24/7 Buff Fandemonium. That's right. Listen, go over to the website. We say it all the time, but 247buffandemonium.com/blogs and do yourself a favor and look up what Rob Mullen's been doing. He has been busting his ass, putting out quality content, almost a little futuristic, looking into a crystal ball here with some of these things that have happened. And he's got a real nice article up there right now. I suggest all of you just go get the most recent one and take it in. Just breathe it in a little bit.
And big congrats to him. He had over 2,400 views of his last the cover too.
Yeah.
And good job, Mullen.
Hell yeah, man. Super proud of you. Super glad that you're part of the team, brother. We got Uncle James. What's up, Mafia? How's it going, James? We got Doug saying, hey, guys, another Therapy Tuesday, man. Absolutely. Jarrod Reed commenting on his own live stream saying, hey, wouldn't expect anything else.
Showing some extra love.
We got Cookie saying, what's up, y'all? What's up, Cookie?
What's up, man?
Let's
he
see.
Us out yesterday. He surprised me at 12:30 with a text. Hey, man, just scored some tickets from work. So I hit up my brothers and sisters at the Misfit Mafia Manor. We got some nice parking, nice hangout with those guys, and Cookie joined us with his son Ty. We had a blast. Nice.
Let's see. Debbie says, well, I vote we skip discussing last night and move the fuck on. Yeah, you know it's a day. 8:01 p.m. Debbie's like, F-bombs. Bam. Put the kids to bed, dude. I love it. It's passionate. I never fell asleep until 7:30 a.m. Oh, yeah. Go Bills. We got Scott Reed commenting on his own live stream. Love it. Reed boys never disappoint. I love it. Jim Graham, Dorsey called me today to be his spokesman. I agreed. Do it. I'd love to hear what you got to say. John says, seems to be more that needs to happen. Hello, everyone. Ooh, he's coming in with that cryptic little message there. Let's get it right out there, man. Ken Dorsey gone. A lot of people have been kind of banging the table for that to happen here for the last couple of weeks. Good Lord. I was a believer for last season into this season, and I've made a lot of excuses for him, and I bleed red, white, and blue. And, we talk about whoever's donning the jersey. We're cheering for him. I've wanted Dorsey out for the last couple of weeks. It is hard to watch. This offense has been very hard to watch these last couple of weeks. And last week absolutely sealed it for me. Last night I was like, I don't know what else to do. Like, I don't know what this coaching staff does. We are not going to get into the playoffs. We are not going to do anything. We're not even going to grow. We are regressing with this offense that Dorsey is calling right now. So I saw no other way than for him to leave. I was not very surprised to see the news. You could read it all over Sean McDermott's face last night. For the last couple of weeks, you could read it. So, but we're going around the panel. We're getting into it. You guys get into it. Let's hear it. Let's start with you, Scooter. You were there, man. What's your take on the Dorsey dilemma, the Dorsey debacle? as we're calling it at 24/7 Buff Pandemonium. Also, Diggs was right. T-shirts coming very soon to the bonfire at 24/7 Buff Pandemonium. What do you think, man? Doris, how is this situation with Doris, and is there more that needs to happen? For me, I take it from John's like firing wise, but I guess it could be concept wise. John's, give me a little clarity on what you meant for sure. To me, I think he's thinking like, let's shake this tree, you know.
Oh, hell
so,
yeah.
but what do you think, Scooter?
I NFL Plus has broadened my horizon. Will be able to watch these games, go back, and after the enjoyment of watching the 3 hours live, going back and breaking it apart a little bit, because we run a podcast, we run a page, we gotta know what we're talking about. And last week I mentioned watching the All-22 and seeing Dorsey create some plays where Josh Allen wasn't jumping on the opportunity to complete these passes. He's missing wide open guys. But yesterday being live and paying more attention to these wide receivers running their routes, I noticed something that made me kind of lean more towards the Dorsey effect and why I'm glad he's gone. 3rd and 2, 3rd and short, those short must-have yards where Josh Allen could probably get it with a tush push. He's calling plays where his wide receivers are doing 6, 7, 8-yard patterns. And in the NFL, you get that 2.5 yards. You see it all too often. Every one of these other 15 games that are played is they're running patterns to where they're catching it and reaching across, at least giving them the chance to get the first down. A lot of 3rd down, defenses are bringing blitzes. So why are you having a quarterback do a 3 to 5 step drop with a blitz coming? It takes a lot out of the timing of passes, especially if people can do those. Wide receivers can do those quick slants, the screens, and all that stuff. Too long of patterns in that short of distance, and I think that was may have been the straw that broke the camel's back. Too much inconsistency with those short downage plays, and I saw that in the All-22 last week, and I saw it live in person yesterday. I'm screaming, why are they running the ball? Why are their patterns so deep? And I think what comes with Joe Brady is the second part of the answer, which John's, I'm not speaking for you, but other things need to change. I think with a different mind. Yes, he did come from 12 personnel Carolina offense previously as an offensive coordinator in 2022 or 2020, 2021, but he's still a different mind. And if we recall, he did utilize McCaffrey out of the backfield when he wasn't injured quite a bit. So I think we might see more involvement in James Cook and a lot of patterns coming across the middle as far as the digs, the slants and all that stuff. I think we're going to see a lot more of that. And with Joe Brady already knowing what happened to Dorsey, he kind of has to do something different. You can't come in and run the same thing. You're going to be canned just as easy. So not only does he have something perfectly set up for his situation because he's got the talent, but now he knows what not to do. And now he's also auditioning for potentially the offensive coordinator spot next year. So there's a lot that goes into it. More that has to happen, obviously, like you said, Swank. I got a quick question for you guys, and I know the answer to it, but you bench James Cook for fumbling the ball, right? You punish him. You fire Ken Dorsey for running a trash offense. What are they going to do with Josh Allen with these bad throws? You punish everybody else.
I got to take on that.
You can't get rid of the quarterback, obviously, but what do you do? Go ahead.
Well, so my whole take on that is that you did it today. I think you haven't seen this level of play out of Josh Allen the whole time he's been here. And yes, we expect the interceptions. Yes, he's made some hero ball mistakes. I guarantee if you pull everybody in these comments right now, they'll take all of last year and the year before and the year before that mistakes, hero ball mistakes, rather than the level of play going on right now. But I think, and I'm not trying to make excuses for Josh, but if you look at the first half of that game, James Cook got the ball stripped for him. That had nothing to do with Josh Allen. Okay. The next pick off Gabe's hands, he should have caught that ball. And I know. And it was so funny because Josh Allen's got a rifle. Oh, Josh Allen put some heat on those balls and they're hard to catch. Troy Aikman last night said exactly what I said to my wife right after I said it, where I said, I don't care how fast Josh Allen throws the ball. Gabe Davis has been in this system for 3 years. He knows how goddamn fast Josh Allen throws that ball. He's caught balls from him over and over and over. So we don't need to hear about Yo, you guys with us, man? Let me know. Something went crazy there with the Zoom that we were using. So I'm trying to get these boys back right now. But hit me up in the comments. Let me know. Dr. Bruce. Mike just got the ball and got bent. Zoom, man. It's all Zoom, dude. It's all Zoom. You guys back with me? Hell yeah. All right. I got the boys linking up. Oh, here we go. Here comes Scooter Magooter right there. You got me? You good?
I got you, brother. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. No, Zoom was being all funky, man. I don't know what the hell happened. All of a sudden, it just crashed. So,
Damn Zoom. I got your music in the background.
Yep, good. Yeah, we're live right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Sorry
yeah.
about that. I left a message in the group saying technical difficulties. We're coming right back, everyone.
Yeah, I saw. Let's see here. Lights went out in Georgia. Thanks, Joey. Brother Joey. Yo, now we got him on back. Look at this. Look at this guy right here.
Welcome back. See, this is why, and Swank, big ups to you, brother. This is why it's good to have a tech-savvy guy that knows what the hell he's doing. Zoom shit to bed. The feed could have been lost. Show could have been over. And we're back within 2 minutes.
Show must go on, man. That's what we're here for. Look, take this as a great parallel, okay? Now, we had a wonky system, right? Zoom, the system was wonky. It wasn't working, right?
Right. Just like
we're
now.
really trying to make it weird. Zoom. So we fired Zoom, and now we're bringing up the next guy. We got Jarrod moving his microphone and his camera all around, being loud and obnoxious. It's going great. It's really going great.
There we go. I'm good.
All right, guys. So I was on this heater of a little rant, but I think with everything that was in place and the things that were happening, if you go through that first half, none of that was Josh Allen's fault. I mean, the one bad interception where he was going to Gabe and he undershot him, to me that was bad. The miss, like they were mishandling snaps for handoffs, like a bunch of times last night, and I could see that missed transfer going bad, like from a mile away. Did you see the angle that James Cook was like? Josh was snapping back and running to his left, kinda, and then giving it to him while he was crossing the cross. I don't know. It was weird to begin with. Mm-hmm. To me, a lot of this stuff is it's embedded in you. It's in your head now. You have a game plan that you don't trust. You have bad results. You have wide receivers dropping passes. Nothing is going your way, and it's perpetual. To me, I think I can see Josh Allen snapping out of this. I think you can get somebody in there that can let him be himself truly, and call a good mix of plays, and just snap them out of this funk that they're in. But that's my take on all that stuff. What do you think, Jerry, about Dorsey? What else needs to be done? What are you thinking?
First, I want to jump in so I can say I can hear EMD in the background. What song's playing?
Light that fuse.
Yeah, I love it. No, I think no.
It's fine. It's off. All right, Jerry. It's gone.
I forgot what I was going to say. Anyway, no. I think Dorsey. I think this is something that all the fans have been calling for a long time. It finally got done. So now what? We're going to bring in this guy. And what I'm thinking is going to happen is they're going to dumb it down. I think Ken Dorsey's pride took too much of the front seat with him trying to prove who he needed to be, who he wanted to be, that he can control everything. Where I think this Brady fella, last name might bring some good omens or good things our way, but I think he's going to have to dumb it down. And I think that's what he's going to go into each game. Like now we sit back and we're the coaches during the game and saying, well, we should run here, we should pass here. Maybe he's just going to basically dumb it down for everybody and let Josh Allen lead the way a little bit more with a little bit of his influence in there. And it might turn into a good thing. These last couple losses, the last couple month and a half of watching, you mentioned that McDermott's facial expressions and his demeanor during his interviews. Josh even has the same thing. He looks run down. Is it because they
they both knew that Ken Dorsey has this grip on this offense that they don't really know what to do about it. And since they're not winning, it's a problem. If they're winning, it might not be as much as an issue. But nothing, the offense isn't productive. It has spurts of excellence, which we expect every series because of the talent we have on this offense. But is it the Dorsey have a stranglehold on this offense so bad that it was affecting everybody's gameplay? And we'll find out in the next couple of weeks when Brady comes in and shows what he can do.
I think maybe like I get what you're saying, like the stranglehold thing. And I could see that, like, where it's like you're trying to force this like round peg in a square hole, like so hard, because he really wanted to put his fingerprint on this offense. This isn't Dable's offense. This is my offense, like whatever. And you didn't see a lot of it affecting anything last year, really, I don't feel like. And then it comes into this year and it's like the 12 personnel and like blah, blah, blah. And everybody was really gung-ho. Everybody has a very short memory about what they wanted 10 weeks ago as opposed to what's happening right now, right? But a lot of people were ringing the bell for 12 personnel. We were all guilty of it as well. And I still think it can work. We've talked about it before. It doesn't have to be your end-all, be-all. Just work it in the goddamn plan, like the game day plan a little bit. You don't have to be like, we're 12 personnel, we're nothing. Like, that's not what anybody wanted. We just wanted a more well-rounded team.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it just went to an extreme. And Diggs was right. 2023, Diggs was right. Not his brother, who I'm a little bit pissed off at right now, but Stephon Diggs, definitely right. 2022, 2023. All right. We did change seats, Gordner, and we are very magical. I love that everybody just rolls along giving a shit about this, but hey, the bounce back. We're on the comeback right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. I want to jump to the end of the game really fast. I really don't want to talk about this game a whole lot, but it's a necessary evil right now. Debbie Emerton, ref calls, at least 2 of them just appalling. For me, really quick, man, I thought the refs called the game great all the way up until that last drive. I really thought it was fair. I didn't really see anything egregious that I was like, what? I don't think that PI was PI. I think he turned back and he was playing the ball as much as the man was playing the ball in him. So, like, to me, I don't ever think I would have thrown that flag. And then on top of that, again, to the non-Sean McDermott feel of having 12 men on the field, the Sean McDermott that came into this league, into this team, the disciplined Sean McDermott that had this team firing on all cylinders, the family element, get your job done, do your job, 111th, all that stuff, man. I can't believe the special teams coach has a job today. Like, I can't. That idiotic, stupid move, they had a ton of time to make sure. 12 men. You lost the game. I mean, you lost the game a lot of ways during that, like last night, but that is ridiculous. You could have squeaked that out and built on that and still fired Ken Dorsey this morning.
Mm-hmm.
But
there's
anyway.
2 calls when that stuff happens. There's 2 calls. There's a bark out. Let's say Amy, which means the defense just stays on there. So the field goal unit rushes out, but the defense stays put just so there is no confusion. Or there's Brad, which means the field goal block punt or block team needs to run out there. I don't know if any of that was called because there's 12 men on the field. It should have been disciplined. They said they practiced that same exact scenario 3 or 4 times this past week.
Yeah.
And
every Friday, they said.
Yeah. So there's a call. WGR Tuck was on today, and he said that there's calls that the special team or the coaches yell out that signify players running on or running off or staying, and it just didn't happen. And to be honest with you, when I saw it go right, I looked at my TV and I said, and they still effing won the game. And then I saw the flags and I'm like, nope, go from extreme high to extreme low. That's just how the Bills are treating us this year. It's fitting.
You should have been there. The decibels got up to over 1.5 a couple times, which was really loud for the Buffalo Bills Stadium, and they I think would have maxed that out after that field goal went wide, and then to see that out there. But you're right, there's calls that say stay out there, come in, field goal block team. But it wasn't just that. Obviously, the players need to know that. Same with punting. Special teamers could be fired, but Martin had a shitty ass day of punting too. That low line drive in the middle of the field that allowed that long punt return. It was like a whole slew of things. And Swank, I'm going to agree. The refs did a good job. The pass interference was questionable, and that forward progress fumble.
Yeah,
that was a bad call. I will say there was one bad call. That was it.
I think it was a rarity. That's one of those calls where it's like, okay, I want them. You know us on this show, man. We want it to be full-time refs that dedicate their whole lives to studying all of the rules and the games and calling a consistent call every game throughout the entire NFL. That's what we want. But like something like that where it's like, could it not? I thought it was a backwards pass. I thought the miracle was a backwards pass too. Like, whatever. To me, I can let that one go because it's like it's not something that happens like all the time, right? Like I can understand that pass interference and that pass interference call. I figure it out. Like they are all over each other all game long, and to see something like that dictates the outcome of a game. When for me, it was I think it was just good defense.
We gotta get rid of that PI when a guy throws it up and the receiver who's in front of the defender turns around and backs up into him to cause it. I think that's such a BS play. You already got these cornerbacks handcuffed with coverage, and now you're gonna throw that at them. I mean, it's the call, it's the right call, but they gotta get rid of that PI. It's unbelievable, and I love how they make reference that Russell Wilson threw the ball over a guy doing an out pattern early in the game. And I think Joe Buck said, well, that would have been intentional grounding last week.
Depends on the crew, depends on the week. That touchdown too, man. I mean, fantastic play. I still, looking at the replay, cannot believe that they overturned it because it was not called a touchdown on the field.
Right.
And then they called it a touchdown, and I'm looking at it frame by frame, and how you can say without any sort of doubt that was a touchdown and he tapped that toe. I don't know. I didn't see that either, but I let that go. I let it, not that whatever I say doesn't really matter except for these purposes, right? But like, I let it go inside being like, well, that's not them screwing us. That's like a, whatever. It's ticky-tacky. It's really quick. And I've seen Stephon Diggs catch touchdowns like that. So I know they exist and they happen, I don't know. So to me, it was like, maybe I'm just mad because I bought into it in the beginning of the game. And with that play being like, okay, this is the way they're calling it. Now I understand how these guys are calling this game. It's going to be called this way. I'm okay with it. And then that happened. And I'm like, are you kidding me, dude? Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. And it's the defensive play call is questionable too. I mean, to have zero defense called, everybody rush and just have those three guys covered, knowing that Taron Johnson in the last month has had problems down the middle of the seam. And that's exactly where they went. It's just frustrating because we know how we love Taron Johnson here in Buffalo, the run support, the nickel D, but he struggles with that. And he's going against Judy, one of the could be better receivers in the league. And it was just frustrating.
Absolutely. Yo, if you're over on Facebook or watching anywhere, I don't know what is going on tonight here, but the viewership just dropped like crazy. I don't know if it was something Jerry said, whatever, or if it's just weird because, man, everybody seems to be here still. So like, let us know if the feed's okay, if things are running all right. I appreciate you if you would.
Yeah.
Robbie Mullen, he brings up a good point, man. Keep in mind, Brady was fired in Carolina as offensive coordinator. Good point.
If you had Darnold and Bridgewater as your quarterback, you might not last that long.
That's true, too. That's very true. Josh and Britt need to get back together. The broad from Hollywood is a distraction, says always PC Josh Cook. So good. Uncle James says, how is a conspiracy theory on 2 referees and we had one of them Monday night? Yeah, I don't know, man. Reffing is horrible. It has been horrible. This year is probably the worst I've seen it. So we got a new name, Mark Gosden, over on YouTube. Mark, thanks for hanging and checking out the K-Gun, my man. What do you think of the Bills running the K-Gun from Jim Kelly's time as quarterback? Also, what about Kelly mentoring Allen?
Hey, they've got the tight ends for it once Knox comes back. The K-Gun report we all know is named, not the K-Gun report, the K-Gun, after Keith McKellar because he was able to block as a tight end and create that separation down the middle of the seam and wreak havoc on those linebackers and safeties. And they've got the talent for it as tight end, if not when Knox comes back. So no huddle. I would love to see no huddle up pace. We pound the drum on this show. Rob Mullen always says it. Up tempo is where Josh Allen thrives. And if we can get these defenses tired, that's a bonus for us. The only problem is that we've already seen what happens to our defense later on in the games after the opposing offense has had the ball for 40 plus minutes. Yeah. They get tired, they start breaking down, and shit starts hitting the fan. So the potential with having the K-Gun type offense is that 3 and out happens in 30 seconds rather than a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'll say this as a little sidebar here, man. Anybody that is really mad at McDermott, can anybody be mad at this defense right now? I mean, they're playing their ass off. They're put together with duct tape and third stringers. DeMar Hamlin was on the field making plays last night, which amazing, great. But, he's not high up on the roster. He's been inactive for 3 quarters, 5/6 of the season, whatever. It's you're really getting a lot of production out of a very beat up defense, especially in the secondary. And to me, the only good thing really about all of last night, aside from 2 Bills drives, was that defense was playing their ass off, and eventually, I think his scheme is the reason why. His scheme and coaching is the only reason why. I don't know if Leslie Frazier would be able to keep this cast of characters in games as long as Sean McDermott has for this whole season. Sure. And that's just my opinion.
It's a good one.
Average Broncos starting position, I think, was pretty much at that 50-yard line.
Yep.
So, and the Bills had to squeeze tight that whole game, and yeah, they did awesome. That defense is doing great.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for all the updates over there. I don't know what is going on, man. It's everybody on Facebook's yeah, the feed looks great. Everything's cool. I'm here watching. It's it says there's only 2 people watching. But there was 15 people that just said, yeah, it looks great. Yep, yeah. But, I don't know. I don't know what's going on tonight. You know what it is, man? It's all this bad energy. And this is it. This is the end of it right here, man. This is all you got. I can't believe it's 8:34, and I have not yet mentioned to you guys that we are part of the Buff Fan Base Network and very proud to be. Go follow everything they have on Twitter. Go watch all the shows, man. Our boy RT, he's got Ryan Thomas Takes over on Buff Fan Base. We got our boy Robbie. He's got his podcast, his live stream. We got Justice General, all these great shows, man. Go support our friends over there. And as part of that, actually, Scott, it's on your side, man. Other side, bro. Other side.
Oh.
Do it.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Yeah, do it right there.
There you go. Yep, 26shirts.com. 26 shirts, and spend all of your money. Give all of your giving. These people need it more than you do. All right? That's what's up, okay? Dalreed and the gang are doing great things over at 26 Shirts. We couldn't be more proud to be sponsored by them as being part of this network, and we love you. All right, let's see here. You guys want to move on, man?
Yes, please.
Are we done with this game?
Let's be done.
See what the future holds here. We have an afternoon game, which is a bit of a rarity for us. I'm kind of getting sick of these primetime games. Loves.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 2-beer show, by the way. Just saying.
There you go. Why not?
Yeah, drink your water. Sell out. So,
This is what we didn't agree to this at the beginning of this 4 years ago. We were drinking beer.
what, you on a diet or something?
No, I've slowed my drinking down to just game days now.
Oh, your wife slowed your drinking down to just game days. That's nice.
No, my dad's cider did.
That'll do it.
We got an afternoon game against the New Jersey Jets. It's a rematch. It is a game that we have to win, I believe. I'm very excited for the prospect of maybe this offense playing a little looser, not looser with the ball, but more freely, I guess, and maybe getting something positive out of all this turmoil that's kind of happened. Nobody thought we'd be 5-5 right now. Again, if we want to be in the playoff hunt, for me, this is a must win. I want to hear all of your takes in the comments. I want to hear all your takes on the panels. Jerry boy, what do you got? What is your deal for this Sunday, buddy?
The Jets always play our Buffalo Bills tough, and this isn't going to be any different this week. I know they've been struggling a little bit. The Jets are in close games too, but this is, like you said, a must-win game. This is a division game. As I mentioned at the beginning of the show, we're still in that race for the AFC East, and the Dolphins have a tough game. If we can get one game up on the Jets, it'll just look better for our playoff push. Yeah, I mean, our defense should still be pretty tough against this struggling Jets offense, but maybe a different schematic view from our Bills offense and Josh Allen might switch things up, because he's in recent history had struggles against this Jets defense. So maybe something different coming in this game will be beneficial.
I like it, right? Can't be any worse.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I saw a lot of comments tonight. I want to see that look of confidence back in Josh Allen's eyes. Like he looks like a beaten dog in these press conferences after these losses. Even after the wins, he doesn't seem like he's having fun. He doesn't seem like he feels like he's playing his best ball. And let him loose. Let him do his thing. Like, let the puppy run, man.
Yep.
Let's go. Scooter, what do you got for this weekend?
And that starts a little bit with winning. I know it's hard to have one and not the other, but sometimes a win can pull the best out of anybody. It's hard to keep upbeat, especially when you go over these past couple losses. What am I expecting? Yeah, we're not winning these AFC conference games, so we have to win these AFC East games. I don't care what the other teams are doing. They play a similar schedule to us because they're also in the AFC East. So it's tough for everybody. One game at a time. We got to beat the Jets. Jarrod already said it. I'm not going to beat the dead horse. They always play us tough, and this defense is very tough. So we need to keep doing what we're doing on our side of the ball as far as defense. The offense needs to give our defense a break and actually have some long, sustained drives, which also Rob Mullen alluded to. Brady likes to have long time sustaining drive. So maybe that's beneficial for this offense. So, offense needs to help this defense out. It needs to be complementary football. Special teams needs to perform a lot better. But it's a home game, 4:25. I saw in the comments, when's our next 1 p.m. game? It's not till the 31st of December, so we got a ways to go. But we're home. We need to take advantage of the Bills Mafia being loud and get a couple wins under our belt for sure. But it's going to be a tough one, no doubt.
Absolutely, man. I mean, God, the Jets, dare I say it, they're like the sweetheart of the league right now. Like, people cheering for the underdog, Zach Wilson and his Tom Cruise illegitimate son looking ass. I don't know. I think this is it. Like, come in and do Buffalo Bills things, like real Buffalo Bills things, not like these last handful of games bullshit things or this season kind of things. Like, come in and win a game. Put your foot down.
Mm.
Eric Gordner comes up with a good point. He says, this is the same playbook, though. I'm going to go ahead and disagree. I don't know, man. I think they haven't bought in to this playbook yet anyway. They're still trying to find their identity, apparently, 2 games ago. So I think you can dust off the old Book of Dabes and maybe get some 11 personnel going and wing some bombs down the field and maybe put a smile on our faces. That would be great.
As an offensive guy, guys, it's not necessarily the playbook that's at fault. It's the play calls. So having another guy being able to make the decision what play to call could be the big difference. Like I said before, you don't run 6, 7, 8, 9-yard patterns down the field when you need 2 yards. So it's and Brady already knows what he's not to do, so he can keep a job. So hopefully those two things will benefit the Buffalo Bills this week.
Quick question: have you guys seen a jet sweep at all the last 3 or 4 weeks?
No.
All right. How many times have you seen a receiver running as fast as they can behind Allen? A handful of times, right? So they haven't run that. That's a play they haven't used yet. Screens, tight end screen they haven't even used yet with Dalton Kincaid. Mm-hmm. So you can have a playbook, but if you're only picking 60% of them, you still have 40% that's not used. And we'll see what happens. I mean, like I said, maybe they'll just – Scott, you said it. It's when you pick the plays that counts. Maybe Brady just dumbs it down and says, let's do it this way. Let's slow down the game. Let's be methodical and not be cute and just play damn football. Yep. And we'll see what happens.
Well, so here's the thing, though, right? Because I feel like no matter – it's really easy for the Bills to be the punching bag of the league right now, especially with the season that they're having, because no matter what we say, we can cheer on our team or we can dog our team, and people are going to chirp either way, right? So, like you said, like, don't get cute, put your head down and play football. I agree with that. But I also want to see a jet sweep. A reverse, something that jars up the norm of this mundane play calling that we've had, right? So, like, is it being too cute to do that? Or if we're saying he's like Doris was stuck in a rut, then that doesn't mean he's being cute. You know what I mean? These are the things that, like, and I'm not, I'm not bagging you. I think this is like absolutely like the same commentary that's going on across all of social media for the Buffalo Bills and their fan base right now. Is that, like, people are torn as to what the problem is, and people are torn as to if they can root as hard as they want to root, or if they have to, like, start, talking shit or whatever. And it's just it's confusing and it's annoying to me. And I think, like, as us in our 40s, right, we've seen this team be in way worse spots than they are right now. Like, and I've said for 5-6 years, enjoy every single game, because you never know, and this could be that down season that has kind of been on the horizon that's eventually going to come someday, right? Or it could not be, and they could turn it around and they could start whooping shit out of people like they've done before. So I don't know, it bums me out so much to see everybody or like everything so split and people so down on it, or like, fire McDermott and do this and blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'm not there yet. I know some people are. I'm not there. I'm not there at all with Sean McDermott. Like, I'll go through 3 more offensive coordinators before I tell you, all right, McDermott's got to go.
I agree.
So anyway, sorry about that little rant.
And just to refer to the cuteness again, the cuteness, I think, is when you do a random play that isn't expected, that isn't really well thought through. I think if you're leading up to a play and then you run that cute play and it bangs big because you built up to it and you set it up, that's tough football. That's a plan instead of, let's try this right now. Like that cute little flea flicker that could have been really cool, but wasn't,
Well, they did it at the 30-yard line. It's all about situational football. You can't do it when your wide receiver can't run down the field 60 yards because the defense had been had on that play. 30 yards, that defense has that end back of the end zone is another defender. So the cute plays need to be during the right situation where you can open up that field and make something happen.
Yeah. A lot to talk about Leonard Fournette. Do we think he's active this weekend?
I don't know. I like what Murray did. Murray is kicking ass and taking names. He's just another big-bodied running back, I think, that can offer the same thing Murray's already offering. So if we do slow down the game and we rely more on the run, I bring him in. Why not?
Yeah, that's a GM schematical thing. I think if you bring somebody up 3 separate occasions, then you'll have to pay them a contract, I think, is how it all rolls. So if you can have productive running backs such as Murray and Cook right now, keep Fournette when you really need him. And,
Yeah.
if someone struggles, then bring him up for a game. And that's one time you brought him up.
Yep.
And then see what goes from there.
Playoff Lenny.
Yep.
Lisa Johns, wouldn't it be great if the Bills come out and kill it on Sunday? They tell us we were just messing with you fans. We're back.
That's what we'll get.
Yeah, I'd love it. Saeed, gotcha.
Oh, look, Milano's back.
Michael says we ran one trick play the entire year and defense knew because play calling was so bad. No one ever schemed open. Yep.
It wasn't set up.
Yeah.
Mark Gasson has a comment in here. Do you think the Bills defense can run the 46 defense? I don't think so. We don't have Mike Singletary as a middle linebacker. You need someone of that kind of mentality, cerebral play that was able to call that defense. And too many pass interference calls nowadays. 46 defense wouldn't work with a one-on-one defense that's necessary for it. Those wide receivers would be ripping those corners apart and the refs would be throwing flags every day.
You say we don't have Mike Singletary, but Dorian Williams played some pretty hard-hitting football this past week.
All right, Jared, but he's no Mike Singletary.
I know, he ain't.
Come on, we got Homer Jerry, you know.
So don't go there, man. Don't go there, man. He not even close.
Your brother.
I like this kind of party.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, you guys, you twins. Oh, let's see here. Michael says, I don't want to fire Bean or McDermott, but big miss not adding wide receiver and hanging on to Dorsey. Gabe Davis is not it. I mean, this is another one of those things, man, where I'm like, Gabe's numbers are Gabe's numbers. And you look at some of these things like through the whole process of the game, right? And as the time ticks by, and you're like, man, feels like the Bills are just getting every penalty ever, right? And man, like they're just not doing anything. And man, and then all of a sudden, like third, fourth quarter, they start to flash those stats up on the screen, and you're like, it's only 3 penalties for like 20 yards. Oh, that's weird. And I think there's this bias that happens. I know it's with me where I'm like, what's going on? Like I get all outraged and start screaming, and then I'm like, you get look at the end of the game, and you're like, oh, I guess that felt bigger in the moment than it actually was, like in the scheme of things. And to me, that is Gabe Davis. Like we focus on his drops, we focus on the bad. Go look at his stats. You know, and I know stats aren't everything. Believe me, I know that. We need to win games. I am there. I don't think Gabe Davis is like that horrible of a wide receiver. Like I don't. I think Shakir's coming on. I think, you got a decision to make at the end of this season, but damn it, don't you want to hype this dude up instead of like cut him down? Like I still want him out there. Who else you gonna put out there right now? You're just gonna bitch until next year? Like what? If he's dropping pivotal, like game-changing plays, Jesus, the dude got underthrown on 2 picks for Josh Allen here. Who knows what would have happened with like there's just so many elements to this game, and I think I'm not making excuses for him, but I think that it's that like tunnel vision that we get as fans where we're like, he's not good enough. He doesn't have 1,400 yards week 10. He doesn't have 30 touchdowns. What the hell? I had him in my fantasy, I don't know. I think there's enough good there to work off of. Maybe not warranted for another big contract, but I'd like you guys to think about this in the comments and hit me up. I don't care. If Gabe Davis is gone, how many wide receivers do you got to get to make this team relevant or to get it where you want to be? Because you're saying Gabe Davis isn't it. And then you're looking at the depth chart behind them. They're guys that either were middling on other teams or are coming up. So there's a bunch of question marks back there. Gabe Davis at least has given you a little something, So I'd whatever. I'd think about that, I guess, before going too far. What do you think, Scott?
I agree. You're right. You focus on some of the bad, and yes, that tip ball was intercepted, but the touchdown catches, the toe drag swag, the balls that are 50-50 that he's winning. It's hard. Yes, he does do some bad things. Are we kicking Knox out? I know Kincaid's there, but Knox is the same kind of tight end as Gabe Davis is a receiver. I wouldn't trade Knox for the world. He's a hard player that blocks well, knows the offense, and you can trust him for the most part. But damn, I wouldn't write him off. Yeah, who else you got? Sherfield they're not using, who was a legitimate wide receiver number 3 for Miami, had number 2 numbers in Miami. You're not even using them. So it doesn't matter who you're going to bring in. You're not going to use them anyways.
Yeah.
So I think Gabe Davis is doing a good job in regards to how we're treating him and how we're utilizing him. And you're right, he's got Gabe Davis numbers. If he keeps it up, he might surpass the numbers he even had last year.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at the stats, like I said, he's doing well. And again, this is not me like, doing an infomercial for Gabe Davis. Like, I want him to play better. Like, please don't mistake that for this. And also, I want people on this team that are going to help them win not only playoffs but a Super Bowl. Like, that's what I want. I wonder, like, when you start to tinker too far, right? And I always want them to be looking and doing it. I believe that they are. Like, I am a sucker. I am still there. Like, this front office and this coaching staff has like done a lot for this team that wasn't done for it for a long time. So to have one, like, it's insane to me just to think how upset people are at the potential of missing the playoffs one season after going for this big chunk of time, like to us a big chunk of time, but the time before it where we weren't going to the playoffs was 4 times as long. And this dude that took a ragtag team to the playoffs and ended the drought and then has this quarterback and these guys and blah, 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 and it's taking you to the playoffs consistently. The first year that there's like a hint that maybe that's not going to happen, it's get rid of him, dude. And I'm not there. I'm not there. Jerry.
Yeah, I mean, Gabe Davis has his drops. Stephon Diggs had a drop yesterday. Everybody drops the balls. I know his numbers are a fraction, a little bit more, but we forget about the toe drag swags that he have. We forget about the 50-50 balls he goes up and gets, those deep balls when they actually throw it to him, how he catches them. So, man, we still love Stevie Johnson. We want Stevie Johnson back on this team if he was able to play right. He dropped a pivotal Pittsburgh Steelers game touchdown.
I was there.
Right? So, but we still love him. Why don't we show that same respect?
Hey, listen here, great example of like a game to game, year to year, whatever, man. I was at the Panthers game where they came back and Stevie caught the game winner. There's just like ups and downs and ebbs and flows, and there's a lot more going on with this team than Gabe Davis. I think a lot of it is like we love the team so much, we care so much, we're in it up to our necks, we breathe it, eat it, sleep it, and we get too caught up trying to figure it out when really it's like it's this big broad thing, and you can get a couple little changes and man, next week it could just be completely different, and we're waiting for the completely different. And now Dorsey's gone, maybe this is it.
Yep,
hopefully it is. All right, guys, it's 8:54. I appreciate all you guys sitting here for our therapy session and hanging out for the K-Gun tonight through technical difficulties and all sorts of craziness. And I don't know, man. I always feel better. I did not want to do this morning when I woke up. I did not. Like, I mean, I wanted to do it, but I didn't. I was just like, I don't even want to talk about the game. Yeah. You guys know, my ritual. I didn't look at shit. My wife's calling me, being like, hey, so I saw Josh's press conference. And I'm like, good for you. I don't want to see Josh Allen sad. It's like watching a puppy like cry or something. I don't want to do that, man. I want to, it's my dude. I feel his pain, But then, when the Dorsey thing happened and they're making a move, what else could this front office do? They had to do something. They had to show that they were doing something, and they did it.
At least they did something. You're right.
So, thanks for hanging with us. Here, look, Jets-wise, we're going to do bolds, X's, score predictions. We're going to start with bolds. We're going to go down south to my boy Jerry, because for some reason I just feel like I haven't seen his face on a screen in a minute, dude, and it saddens me. So give me your bold prediction for this week's 4:00 game against the New Jersey Jets.
And I've actually put some thought into this one rather than last week.
Holy
just
shit,
saying,
dude! I wish I had my other thing so I could do the I said it. I got some fireworks going on. You put some thought into this, dude. I swear to God, if you say the whole team just comes together with a smile,
Team win.
I'm gonna come through this
Team
game.
win.
Team win.
Bold prediction. Brady comes in, slows that offense down a little bit, has more of a schematical approach to this game. He realizes that he has a weapon in that backfield with James Cook after he put on a show this past week in just a half of football. James Cook continues to roll 100 yards, but this game he gets his touchdown. Let's go.
I like it. So Jimbo, TD, you're saying?
100 yards rushing and the touchdown.
All right. I like it. Any fumbles? No. All right. Or is that 10 or is that 0?
That's part of my X factor. We'll get there eventually.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to jump the gun. Goop. I got to go this way now because you're over here. What's your bold prediction, brother?
I'm going with the whole Brady thing. My bold prediction is good complementary football. I think we see everyone being utilized. I think we see more than just 11 plays being used out of this playbook. We talked about it earlier. It was mentioned that same Eric Gordner, Pittsburgh Steelers fans who's used to seeing the same plays over and over again that are not successful. We have a coordinator and a quarterback coach that have a big playbook. They're just not utilizing it. Brady utilizes it, and I'm going to go with let's go Kincaid. Stays on fire. Gets a tutty with 5+ catches and 100 yards.
Ooh, that'd be a 3-game touchdown streak, I believe, for Mr. Kincaid. And that would be nice. I like that. Dr. Bruce. By the way, Dr. Bruce writes a blog, The Injury Report, over at 247buffpandemonium.com. Go check that sucker out. It's a great time and a good read. He says Epinesa gets 2 more sacks. Epinesa, man. I think he played it. He was like a high point of this game, right?
Yep.
I think he did well. I also think Oliver had another really good game. Seems like he's finally like back from whatever little banged up BS he was in. That D-line, man. I wish they would have landed home a couple more times, but
yeah, they had Russell moving a lot, and
they did.
only blitzed 5 or 6 times.
Yep.
Yeah. Lisa says they need to get their heads out of their asses and show us how great they really are.
Great.
That's absolutely right. Rob Mullen says, bold prediction, we are facing one of, if not the best secondary in the NFL, and pull out a close one. I like it. Mm-hmm. See, faith is still there, man. It's still there. For me, my bold prediction, I'm going to go defensive side, man. I think Douglas, he's going to get his first pick. That dude, you could tell he was getting way more comfortable in the scheme. He's trying to make plays, trying to punch balls out, making some good tackles. And it kind of got me fired up a little bit. Another bright spot in a dull game for me. So I'm going Douglas first interception as a Bill. X Factor. We'll go right back over to my boy Scooter Shooter.
X Factor's trenches. This Jet defense could bring it. They can. They got from the middle linebackers, the outside linebackers, the defensive line to create nasty pressure just with bringing the front four. So, yes, it'll be the trenches, and that's how Joe Brady's going to be able to dissect it and have longer established drives to create a win for the Buffalo Bills.
I like it. All right. Don't hold us in suspense, Jerry. What do you got for your X Factor?
The X Factor for Bills versus Jets is the Buffalo Bills need to have 0 turnovers. If they go throughout the game and don't turn the ball over once, they will win this game. There's no doubt about it.
Wow. No doubt about it. I like it. We got Keeley saying 6 sacks. Rob Mullen, X Factor O-line gets their stuff together, opening holes for Cook and Allen. I would say I thought the O-line played pretty well, especially in pass protection last night, dude. I'm not mad at the O-line. John's team comes together and plays consistent football. Kincaid is going to have a career day, total team effort. I like it. Our boy Shane Becker says Allen jumps over defender and gets us all in a freaking drunk rage. We win the next 6 games in a row.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yes. Jim Graham says, when I backed my regular flavor of MD 2020, we'll put up 30, my bold prediction.
Love
There
it.
you go.
Love it.
Dabby Emerton, I'm nervous about the Jets game. Bills prevail, score 3-0. LOL. Score 28-24. Bold. Bills catch passes and get yak. X Factor players execute and finish plays. I love it, Deb. I love it.
For sure.
Our girl Lisa John says Murray will get a TD. I like that too.
Mhm.
I like that. Man, that dude is just timeless, man.
Yeah.
For me, my X factor, I'm going to the offensive side of the ball, and I don't want to pull the Jerry, but I'm gonna pull a Jerry-ish kind of X factor right now. Sustain drives, end in points. Just play consistent football.
Mhm.
For God's sake, can the offense take the time of possession? How about that? We win the time of possession.
There you go.
That's what I want. I want us to win the time of possession and end drives with points. That's all. That's all I want. Just those 2 things. If we can do that and combine it with yours, no turnovers, and win the trenches,
Guaranteed win.
guaranteed
yeah.
win, dude.
Hell yeah.
Guaranteed win. All right, here we go with our score predictions. Hit us up in the comments with yours, please. I'm going to send it down south to Jerry for his score prediction. What is it, buddy?
The defense remains hot, and this offense plays turnover-free football. The Bills will win 31-13.
Damn.
Mm.
Damn, that is a ballsy score prediction. I hope it comes true for you. Mine is not there. Scott, what do you got?
Mine's 20-17. I think it's going to be the defenses are too good, and the Jets' lack of offense with the Bills' struggle on offense, it's meant to be a defensive struggle. So, as much as I'd like to see Josh Allen and Brady get together and create a lot of points, I don't see it happening yet. 2017, close game, Buffalo victory.
I like it. Makes sense. Dr. Bruce reminds us that, all right, folks, get ready. It's overtime. I had to do the live version because our other system crashed on us, but we're glad you're all here to hear it. Let's see. John's going with Kincaid again, 2 touchdowns, 100+ yards. I like it. Lisa wants to know if Micah will be playing. I don't know. It's a great question, Lisa. I was actually thinking about that when we were going through stuff. I knew you'd ask, though, for sure. I hope so. Let's see. John's 24/7 Beals. Joey, did you see Rapley that hit under running back? His whole arm went limp and he stayed in the game. What a beast. Dude, Rap is no joke, dude. Between him and Dorian Williams, they're laying some hammers down. Let's see. Robbie from Let's Talk 716. My X Factor, Cook touchdown. Allen to Diggs for 30 points. Damn. All right, Robbie. I like it.
Nice.
All right, guys. For me, coming down to earth here, let's go. We're going to score over 20, but it's going to be a close one. So I'm going 21, just 3 straight touchdowns, a lot of rushing yards on it. I'm going 21-17. That's my score prediction. I just think that it's not going to be this light 'em up fest. It's going to be a hard fought win, and that little dork Zach Wilson. Sorry, Zach Wilson's. He's going to do his little stupid shit, get his points. So
Now I know how you really feel.
no, stop it. I was just looking at you. You look so much like him. Jarrod, not so much, but you look just like him.
There you go. There you go. I
Lisa
like it.
says 17-14.
Mhm.
Dr. Bruce says 24-12. Joey says my version is better. Swank overtime. All right.
Mafia, get ready. We're gonna be yelling at the TV for the whole game again. I
Oh
think.
yeah, 100%, dude. Oh man, you guys are killing it, man. Absolutely killing it. That's why this whole like numbers thing is baffling me right now. I don't understand what's going on. All right, we got some pick'ems. If you're playing along at home, I wanted to let you know that there has been a change in the rankings.
Come on, man.
Your leader, as has been all season long, Scott, 35-24. Yours truly has been in the basement for most of the season, but has narrowly squeaked ahead into second place, 32-27. And Jerry, he's knocking on heaven's door down in the in the basement, 31-28. So
He's back where he's comfortable.
yeah. You always go home, right?
That's why you put me down here.
I'll tell you guys what, man. There's only a 4-game difference. Like we're not too bad. We're not too bad at picking these games. So we'll go with the AFC East games first, as we always do. Please play along in the comments. We're betting each other beers. I still owe Jerry at least 1 4-pack, if not 2. Is it 2?
I think it's 2. Yeah.
I'll bring it Sunday. You coming Sunday?
Yeah, we're gonna plan on it.
We're gonna plan on it. You coming Sunday?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Bring the whole family, man. We're gonna have a blast.
Raiders at Dolphins, Sunday, 1:00. Scooter, who you got?
As much as I want to say I don't know. I like where Pierce has got this team. They got him motivated, but it's tough. It's tough. Miami had a bye week. They have the advantage with the bye week. I'm going to give it to them. They're not going to make it easy for us to win this AFC East division. Miami.
Yes,
So you picked Miami?
Yep. Who you got, Jerry?
I have the Raiders winning this one.
Ooh, the Raiders. Any particular reason?
Just because I want. Obviously, the Bills have to win the division to get in, and I want. My heart wants the Raiders just to beat the Dolphins, so it's easier for us. No explanation. I'm going with my heart this time.
No, I like it. It makes me feel shitty for picking the Dolphins because my heart wants the Raiders too, but I'm going Dolphins. All right. Are the Patriots off this week? Must be, huh?
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to need some man, that Bengals-Ravens game. We got to pick that one. Absolutely pick it. Jerry, I'll give you the option. You want to go first this time? You want me to go first?
For Cincinnati, Baltimore?
Yep.
I'm going to go Baltimore.
Okay. Oh.
Took 11 weeks. Thursday Night Football finally has a game that's worth watching.
Yeah, I know. And it's a hard one.
It's a hard one. The Bengals rush defense cannot withstand the Ravens rush offense. So it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be high. It might be high scoring because the Bengals are going to put it up. It's going to be a fun one to watch for sure. Ravens, I'm going with. No one has an answer for them yet. And it's not that hard of an answer. It's something that they've always done.
Yeah. That's dude, exactly what I was just going to say. This is the same crap that they do that gets them. And again, I want everybody that's keeping score at home here to just think about this. The Ravens under Lamar Jackson have this weird offense that they win a lot of games at, and then they don't make it to the Super Bowl. They lose in the playoffs every year that they get to the playoffs. So just keep that in mind when we're all losing our minds about where the Bills are at currently and what they've accomplished. And nobody's talking about firing John Harbaugh right now. And everybody thinks Lamar Jackson's the best thing since sliced bread. So,
True.
And Josh Allen's got better numbers than him. Anyway, I'm going Bengals, man. I got more faith in Joe Burrow than I do Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson is a great athletic quarterback and football player. I just think Joe Burrow, he's hitting his stride. I think Houston, to me, is a more dangerous team than the Ravens are right now. I think the Ravens are predictable. So I'm saying Bengals. Let's see Bengals.
I'm sticking with my guns here, Swank, but I do believe if the Bengals do get on top of the Ravens, you will force Lamar Jackson to do something he's not very good at. and that's have to throw for 300 yards.
Yeah.
So it all depends on how quick this game takes off for either one of these teams.
And that's the thing, dude. Maybe he's not the best at it, but he doesn't have to.
Mhm.
So I mean, the dude can pass when he like in certain situations. He's just not. It's not his thing. So
Mhm.
yeah, they're not going to win a shootout.
Right.
All right, let's go Steelers at Browns. Oh my God, the Steelers, dude. Congratulations, Eric Gordner, by the way, dude. This team has just
Yeah, I don't know.
come right out of nowhere, man.
Oh, they haven't. They're there. They play shitty football and they find ways to win.
Just trying to set it up for one of you guys to talk shit.
I got the Steelers going. I'm rooting for my buddy Eric. Eric, he supports us like you wouldn't believe. So I'm gonna help him out. Guys, can you imagine how stressed out Eric is watching all these games as a Steelers fan? Man, we think we got it bad as Mafia.
Mm-hmm.
But Steelers.
I'm going Steelers too.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be the NFC North or AFC North is a tough division, so they got to beat each other up. And if I was to pick one team to make the playoffs out of those two, it would be Pittsburgh. So I'm rooting for Pittsburgh.
Hell
Screw
yeah.
Cleveland. Screw Cleveland.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Let's do the Eagles Kansas City game too. That's a tough one.
Whew.
You got some okay. Yeah, we can do that one. Usually when you suggest a game, you got some monologue that you want to do, like, well, I picked this game because my buddy is in Afghanistan and he rides on Eagles and we're going Eagles, baby.
Baby. No, I am picking the Eagles beat up on KC because I do have a buddy of mine, Mike Huntone's a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. And again,
Yo, that is a win. That is an extra win for me because I absolutely called exactly what you're doing because you do it at least every other week.
So let's go Philadelphia Eagles. Help us with that AFC playoff run.
What?
And I hate to skip games, but
Dude.
if the Bills have trap games coming up when they were good, the Eagles have trap games too. So just a little prelude to what's going on here.
There you go. That's hilarious, though, Swank. You got it. You got it.
Eagles.
I'm going Eagles. And coincidentally enough, my great uncle Barry was an Eagles fan. He went and saw the very first Eagles game ever with the leather helmets. And what happened was he had one too many drinks. He fell over. It was just a little chain link fence, but he fell over into that. And old Bertie McGee, he was the kicker then. He came over and he saved him, and he brushed his shoulders off, and they pounded a Molson together. And God damn it, my great grandpa, he's go Eagles. You know,
That's
Pretty
awesome.
cool. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Scott, what do you got?
This is a great intro into it won't be long till 24/7 Buff Pandemonium starting to put off playoff situations, games that we should be rooting for every week. And obviously we want the NFC to beat up on these AFC teams and make our travel a little easier. You're going to get the fans saying, we got to win our games. Of course, we have to win our games. But teams making the playoffs in advance because they have a little help. We're going to help you figure out what teams we got to root for here in a couple weeks. But
yeah,
I'm going Eagles. I'm going Eagles.
I like it. Let's see. Toilet bowl. I'm tempted with the Giants and the Commanders. That's about all I'm tempted with. That Vikings-Broncos game, man. Dobbs, dude. I'm a Dobbs fan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I love
me
it.
too.
Oh, my God. I love the spark he's given that team when they thought it was all over. I'm a little jealous of it, to be honest.
Something else.
Yeah, I think Giants and Commanders is the only
That's it.
toilet bowl, right?
Yeah, let's do that then. I'll go first. Commanders. You guys that like Dable might get your wish. That dude's not going to have a job next year. God, I feel bad. Worse for the GM, Joe Sheen, man.
Mm-hmm.
To be honest, hopefully he doesn't go down with the ship.
Yes or no, fellas? Is Dorsey calling the Giants playbook in 2 weeks?
Yep.
Jared?
No.
Okay.
Hmm.
I'm going yep.
I think it's safe because I think Dabes won't let him take it over completely.
Right.
You know,
Right. I'm going Commanders. I like how they. I would love to see. I like the rebound teams, the underdog teams. They got rid of Sweat. They got rid of Chase. Now they're going to win the games. I think that's going to be hilarious. Commanders over the Giants.
I like it.
Okay,
Jerry?
you're up.
Oh, Washington. I said it in my head already. So I thought that was done.
Okay.
Oh.
All three of us picked the Commanders.
Yep, we did. That was a wash. It was a wash of a toilet bowl. We all win together or lose together. You know?
Oh, scrub.
All right, kiddies. It's 9:16. Once again, we're part of the Buff Fan Base Network, and we are so pumped to be. And included with that, we are sponsored by 26 Shirts. Go over to 26shirts.com, see what Dale and the gang got going on, and give them a ton of money and help out a family or a person or a kid or somebody in Western New York, man, right here in the roots. Over $1 million given away to needy families, and it's pretty awesome. We're stoked to be a part of it. We're going to hit final thoughts. Thank you guys so much for being a part of tonight's broadcast and therapy session. We'll start with Jerry. Jerry, what's your final thought?
Yep. Tough week, tough month actually for us Bills fans, but we got to believe that they're going to pull this together. Got a new face calling the offense this coming week, maybe a whole different attitude. So let's just believe. Let's back up our players. Be confident that they're going to come into this AFC East rivalry game and come out with a win going against Philadelphia at 6-5. A lot of football still left. Again, like Scott said, look out for who we're going to root for in the next couple of weeks. That's going to be important. And just believe. And I can't wait to come back and talk football with you guys next week too. Win, lose, or draw, the K-Gun Report will be here for not only myself, but for you guys as well. Go Bills.
Damn, that was nice. That was nice, man. Good job.
Yeah.
Scooter Magoo, what do you got?
Hey, K-Gun Report's on every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Sunday sessions will be on an hour and a half before game time. We're looking at about a 3 o'clock, which is going to be weird because there's going to be football going on. So tune in, put us in the background, put your comments in. We'll talk to you. We'll talk actives and inactives on Sunday sessions. Me, Swank, and Ryan Thomas. Something we missed last week, Swank's hat, just my hat. It's a big thing in my family, and it's a big thing because in the United States, we are who we are because of our military vets. And it's Military Month, and I do not want to forget to thank all those who have served and obviously all those who have sacrificed, the greatest sacrifice for what we have here today. With that being said, we have a salute to service helmet, Gregory Russo.
Been waiting on that one.
Yeah, we are going to be giving this away. So if you join us next week and leave a comment during the live stream, we will spin that wheel the following week to figure out who wins. You got to leave a comment during the live stream. And we're also going to throw in, Swank, you got that vinyl right there?
Well, yes, I do. We've been
There you
trying
go.
to give this one away for a couple weeks now.
Right. For those of you who commented during 2 weeks ago, that show, Jared's got all the names down. We're going to add the list of people who comment next week to that list as well. You'll all be entered to win the combo pack. We're giving them both away to the same person or separate? Let's give it away both to the same person.
Everybody, yeah, man.
Nice deal. Nice
yeah.
deal. So, Gregory Russo, there you go. And again, it's Military Week. Thank you all that have served. I love doing this, and it's all because of you guys. Love you guys. Thanks for joining. Cheers.
Hell yeah, man. The Reed Boys coming in strong with final thoughts. You guys in the comments, thank you so much for keeping this going, for hanging with us, for supporting us for 4 years now, which is insane to me to think. We've put a lot into trying to grow this, trying to be the best that we can be at it, and still being ourselves. And you guys allow us to do that. And I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't feeling talking about the Bills at all. Guys at work try to talk to me about it a little bit, and I'm like, yeah. I come here, man. It's better, man. It's better. We'll get through the week. I have a couple more days of radio silence, and then around Friday I'll start listening to the show, see what's going on. Like, yeah, well, we could beat the Jets. We're going to beat the Jets. We're going to beat the Jets. Oh man, like I said, take every single game for what it is, and be grateful that you have this team that has the potential to win any game.
Mhm.
They've only won half. We're hoping that they're going to turn the ship around and make it right. So just root hard, man, and have a good time because the season's short. With that being said, you can catch us every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here for the K-Gun Report. You can catch us on YouTube and Twitter and Facebook and all those places. It's a good time. Just come hang. Also, don't forget, Sunday sessions, an hour before kickoff, hour and a half before kickoff. We're going to be at your place.
You'll be here.
Oh, yeah. We'll figure it out. Probably 3?
Mhm.
2:30, 3? Something like that?
Yeah.
So check that out. Shit, guys, go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Go